Hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel, Life with CL. I'm the L and my husband is the C. Sounds weird. I'm Elrita, my husband is Simba, and on this platform we share our continuous love story on the faithfulness of God, all things parenting, marriage and career and stuff. So this is one of the career videos that I've been trying to film. I'm in the car. Let me just switch it off. Why is my car not off? Let me switch off my car. I'm at work and I'm early for work, so I just decided to film this video that I've been postponing for a few weeks now. Not really postponing, but I haven't really gotten a chance to sit down. Like, I closed out the previous video and I was saying that the year is ending and we also want to slow down, you know. That is why. So I just want to talk about the differences between an audit firm, being in academics, or being in industry. And by industry, I mean be it private or public. By industry, I mean being out of audit, right? So the key things that I can highlight and that I can think of and talk about now, number one, most important thing that, maybe a bit of background for you guys. So I was previously an auditor. I worked in an audit firm for 3 years as an audit trainee, and then again for 3 months at a UK office as an assistant manager. And then from there I moved out of audit into industry, and I worked at a certain company for 2 years, and then I've changed jobs and I'm now at a different company. I also want to say, this is a complete disclaimer, none of the opinions that I have in this video have anything to do with the institutions that I was associated with, because I've had discussions with different people, some still in audit, some in academics, and I'm also a part-time lecturer, by the way. So that's why I've grouped it into 3 categories. So I've had discussions with a few people on the differences that are there, and this is an overall video and it's not based on my experiences only. The first thing is, in an audit firm you are expected to record your time, something that's called timesheets. So that's one of the differences. In industry, I don't know, some companies do it, especially companies that have to do with consultancies and stuff also do timesheets, but audit firms are very they emphasize a lot on timesheets. You are expected to record your time of all the things that you do in a certain time frame. It helps you be productive, and it also helps you build some sort of a discipline to know that I need to account for my time, so I need to use the time that I have. And if you do not manage to finish everything at an allocated time slot, then you will have no choice but to work back that time. That's why you hear people in industry now who are coming from an audit firm say things like, especially me, I'll ask my boss, for example, to say, is it okay if I want to knock off at 3 o'clock on Friday this week, and as such I would want to work until 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock for the next 3 days so that I'm able to take the time off. And sometimes people just wonder, like, you can take the time off. 3 o'clock is not that bad for someone that knocks off at 4:30. Why do you need to? But because I need to account for my time. I've just come with that sort of discipline from an audit firm. So that's the difference, the first difference I've encountered. And the second thing is that being in an audit environment, you receive training almost every 2 weeks, at least once a month. You know, training is very, you get trained. Hey, you really get trained, and that's why you see that people grow faster in an audit firm. You get promoted, you get to learn faster and stuff. In industry, the onus is on you to learn. You will come to a complete workplace and there's a new system. No one's gonna say, because you are new, come sit down, let me show you on this system how things work. You need to be proactive. If you receive training, you are very, not all companies invest a lot in training. Like at my previous workplace, I've been there for 2 full years and I haven't been trained once on anything. Never, ever. except for a few instances where maybe someone was resigning or retiring and they need to hand over work to me that I need to take over and stuff like that. But like formal training to be shown what to do, not really. So it's just like that. The companies don't really invest a lot in training people. Yeah. Another thing that I can talk about is the 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 pay brackets, kind of. In audit firms, you are slightly underpaid compared to industry, of course, because most of the times you find yourself in an audit firm, or most of us leave after our training. So you are a trainee and you receive a trainee salary, and once you qualify and you move out into industry, obviously you will get paid more than what you'd earn in an audit firm. So that's one of the other differences. And the culture, guys, your people in and sorry an audit firm, people in audit firms usually complain to say that the culture where is very toxic and what. You've not seen anything about toxic work culture. Look me in the eye. You've not seen anything about toxic work culture. Guys, audit firms work culture is not toxic. It's just that sometimes as trainees we feel entitled that no, they must do this for me and I must. Humble yourselves. In industry, your toxic is not even a word. Culture is very, very toxic. Very toxic. In an audit firm, also, you are surrounded by people that are more or less headed in the same direction as you. People who are studying towards what you are probably also studying towards. So there's that grace that we are going to go meet somewhere, and so let me treat this person fairly, type of a thing. But in industry, it's brutal. Eh? Nobody cares about anybody. At most of the environments, people don't really care. Eh? People just really don't care that much. So yeah, but toxic work culture, audit trainees, stop complaining. It's everywhere. It's toxic work culture is everywhere. It's just what you make of it. You know how you just need to build thick skin and be mentally strong, because you can't say because yeah, like, and this is not even coming from the institutions that I've worked at. It's just general toxic work culture. If you sit down and speak to anybody that's in industry, they will tell you the same thing, that toxic work culture literally is everywhere. It's crazy. Politics everywhere. So you need to be prayed up and you need to be very strong. Some of the things that I love about an audit firm is that culture of inclusivity, I want to call it. There's not that thing of because you are this or because you are that, you are going to be included or you're not going to be excluded, type of a thing. And you work with people, like I was saying, that are headed in the same direction towards you. So there's that grace where somebody can take you under their mentorship, and we also get allocated people that are called development facilitators. Is that what DF stands for? I think so. So you will have a DF or a mentor assigned to you that will coach you and mentor you in a certain direction. So there's that grace, somebody, destiny helpers, people carry you under their wings and help you out. In industry, there's hardly anything like that. You own your own. But if you are lucky like me or blessed like me, at my previous workplace, I was working with a very amazing person. Nelly, please allow me to mention your name on this video. She's from the same audit firm as I, and she still has that culture of identifying someone that she can coach and mentor. She's just not been like that to me, but all the other people that have worked as juniors under her can attest to that it's very rare that you'd find someone to take you under their wings and then they're like, I'm gonna teach you how to fly, let me fly with you. And then when they know you can fly, they will release you, but they'll also fly back to you to kind of check in how you are doing, how you are coping. And then when you are struggling, they'll help you strengthen your wings. They'll teach you, type of a thing. So people from audit firms usually have that in them, to be mentors to other people and to coach other people, but not everyone. Hey, yo, Shem. I've also worked with other people from audit firms that, yeah. And there's another thing also about the culture of undermining people. I always just say that you can't undermine someone that you've not taken time to teach anything. You can't undermine me that I can't, for example, do an intercompany something if you've not, or if I've never been shown how to do that. I may have some sort of inherent knowledge about it from a firm that I'm coming from, but how is your company set up? It's my second day at work or my third day at work, and you are telling me submit the budgets, and then I'm like, I don't even know where to log on. What system do you use? And then people say things like, did you not do budgeting in your articles or what? My scammer a CA. So those are the types of things that you'd probably encounter. Yeah, it's really hectic. On the good side of things, in an audit environment, there are a lot of opportunities, especially if you want to grow, if you want to relocate. There are a lot of opportunities, but in industry, it's very easy to become stagnant. Hey, it's easy to stay there, like you be in the same position year in and year out. You know how in audit firms you get promoted, and then you become sorry, and then you become assistant manager. In industry, there isn't much of that where you can easily just get promoted. Most of the positions are actually going to be done externally, and if you are blessed and lucky, then you will be an internal candidate to fill the position. That is something that I've seen and learned about industries, that not all positions are internal, some of them are external, and fairly so. Not complaining about that, but that's just one of the things that I have encountered. Sorry. It's easy to call your boss that you've worked with as a partner in an audit firm and to check in with them on something than a person that you've had as a boss in industry. I don't know why, but this is my honest experience. The head that I've worked with, head of finance or whatever, let me give an example of an audit partner that I've worked with. When I had struggles into finding jobs and stuff, part of my destiny helpers, I want to say group, 2 audit partners from my previous audit firm. One actually made an appointment. I'm like, I need to come and talk to you. Didn't even ask me a lot of questions like, what is it, what. He just booked me in his calendar, went to my previous audit firm, sat in a boardroom with him for an hour and a half to close to 2 hours. And I was just pouring my heart out, because at that point in time, I felt stuck. I didn't know how to navigate through things. I was going through a lot because of some sort of things that I was going through at my previous workplace. And then I went to go sit with him, and I spoke to him, and he started looking out for me. He was now away, and then he started looking out for me in terms of opportunities, but he will also call and text and check in. He would guide me, and he also encouraged me to say that our door is open. So audit firms remain home to a lot of us, where if you really struggle out there, the door remains open, that you can come back. Hey, you can come back home. So, oh man, I'm so grateful to the firm that helped me qualify as a CA. Most importantly, the management. Yo, man, may God just remember and bless those people. And also one of the audit partners from the same firm, from the same firm, he's no longer there, but he calls me Makoti, and he's like, Makoti, try this. Makoti, let's do this. You know, he held my hand in seasons of me searching for jobs and stuff, and he helped me. You know, destiny helpers we talk about, he really did help me. He's one of the reasons I'm where I am today in life, and that I'm so grateful for. So audit firms open up that opportunity, that door, that if you ever struggle, you have still your mentors and your coaches that you can approach. You know, these are people in very, very high places in life. Some of them could even be CEOs, some of them could even be CFOs, but they are so humble. Like you wouldn't even be scared to approach them, even if you've lost their number and you send them like DM them on social media, and they're like, I need to talk to you. They'll immediately make an appointment, and they'll be like, what is it? Come meet me where? Come, let's go out for coffee. That type of a thing. So audit firms have that culture where people are willing to hold your hand. It's like you become their child, you know. So that I'm really, really grateful for. In industry, I don't know. any much about that because I haven't experienced that, or the people that I've spoken to also haven't really experienced that. I feel like in the industry you are an adult and you are on your own. You are on your own. You need to figure things out. If you have a boss like I have now, then you are probably very lucky, because then I can talk to my boss about something maybe I need guidance on and stuff, and he's always open to ideas. He's very supportive, and support is one of the things I lacked the most, like when I moved out of audit into industry. But I currently now work with someone who's really, really, really supportive. So yeah, some of the things to be mindful about is just to, if you are going out of an audit firm, don't have those high expectations, because some of these things are really it's inherent in an audit firm and how the firm is set up. One of the things I was thinking about yesterday is that in an audit firm, there are a lot of things to encourage you or motivate you to act right, to do things right, to treat people fairly. There's this thing of upward evaluation. Yeah, your boss evaluates you, performance evaluations. You get to do upward evaluations, and you can tell in that upward evaluation about your boss. That accountability. This person is not gonna really just mistreat you all the time, because you are gonna evaluate them upwards. In industry, I haven't really seen much of that, but in academics, there is, where students also get to evaluate lecturers. Right. And then another thing I appreciate about an audit firm is that they run this type of campaigns that help you keep on track with certain things. I remember at my previous firm, we used to have like a November challenge, and I always used to win the November challenge. That time when I was gymming and I was fit. It's like every day in November you get to post pictures, 3 pictures of doing something that, okay, maybe 1 picture of you drinking water. There's like a WhatsApp group there for people who want to participate. Second picture is you eating a healthy snack or fruit, or like that whole November we're just eating proper, like greens and and then the third picture is something kind that you've done for the next person. So those are 3 pictures that you needed to post, and then they give you prizes, and everybody else would of course try, but me being the competitive me, I would always take the prize. I think for 3 years consecutively I won the November challenge. In the 3rd year I actually gave my prize away. And there's also something in an audit firm, or my firm that I've worked at, where we used to nominate each other. Somebody does something for you. Maybe someone walks in and buys coffee for the entire audit team. You nominate the person over and above what is expected of them, yet they did it. Or shooting the stars out, or it's part of your job but exceptionally done well. Those are the ratings that you could give people. So someone maybe does something for you, someone sits and maybe it's a section, like for example, let's say I'm auditing FNB and a friend is auditing Standard Bank, and we are in the same firm, for example. And then she has tested a certain section but I haven't, but then she takes time through to talk me through that section. I can nominate her to say it's not part of her job, it's over and above what is expected of her, but she did it. Or it's part of her job but she did it exceptionally well. So you nominate people, and people who get nominated the most get to go receive awards in South Africa. Something very motivating, to be accountable with your actions and treat people fairly. Those are some of the things that I've encountered in an audit firm. Do I regret leaving the audit firm for industry? No, I don't, because at that point in time, it was relevant for my season to step out. Also because of obligations that I had, I needed to go work and clear off some of those obligations. And I'm grateful because the audit firm experience is what paved the way for me to be where I am today. But also that industry experience is what contributed towards me growing, right? So do I want to go back in an audit firm someday? Yes, definitely. I'm grateful that I got to get a bit of all 3 types of worlds. I haven't really touched much on academics because I'm part-time there. So I got to taste a bit of everything, and now I know what it is like, or what to expect. So I'll definitely want to go back in an audit firm someday, but definitely not in audit, maybe in another yeah, business processes, or consulting on something in that line, something else, but definitely not in audit, and also definitely not in Namibia, maybe overseas, yes. So to those of you who are still in audit and are still wondering, like, do you want to stay there? Things are better out there. Not every time, or not always, or not everything, you know. There are also lots of opportunities of growth in industry. If you stay maybe at the same workplace for like 10 years, you may come to a point where there's really no more room for growth. But if you've stayed for your 5 years or your 6 years or whatever, 3 years, and you feel like you have done what you needed to do, and you have conquered, yeah, you can just look for other opportunities and stuff like that. Yeah, with that said, this is just a short video, short 20 minutes, about 20 minutes, on the differences between being in industry and being in an audit firm. I'm going to be filming more of the sit down videos now. So yeah, keep subscribed. Please subscribe, give this video a thumbs up. Also share with your people in audit firms that are consider going out to industry. Maybe they should hang in there for a little bit, you know. Audit firms are not as bad as you guys think it is. They're not bad. They're really not bad. You can really grow faster there. You can really grow faster there. There's a lot of accountability. People are nice, you know. You get trained. There's food. You get to coach other people. Audit firms are really great. Of course, you don't want to stay in an audit firm also for 6-7 years. You need to look out for growth opportunities out there. So don't remain there forever unless you want to become senior manager and of course partner. That's a different story. But yeah, finally, let me also just add this, that if you want to start a family, get married and have children, audit firm is probably not the best place for you to be able to do that because of the expectation of time. When I was in an audit firm, we used to work sometimes until 1 a.m., 2 a.m. I've worked until 3 a.m. I remember one of those tight deadlines. I've worked until 3 a.m. So because of those odd hours, it's really difficult to start a family. Most of the times you'll be working until 8, 9, 10. But if the deadline is tight, then you work until 1, 2, 3. So yeah, in industry, you can knock off, go home, go gym, go cook, prepare your lunchbox for the next day, feed your baby, put your baby to sleep, and sort out the house, do dishes, sort everything else in place, and still sit and work for about 2-3 hours in the evenings. Audit firms, you're not going home. You're not going home to go gym. You're not going home to go prepare dinner for your husband or whatever. You are not going home. They'll order for you food. Yeah. Also, it's probably an advantage that if you're working overtime, they will order for you food and you get to eat there. But it works nicely when you are single. I can just imagine now being at an audit firm. I wouldn't want to eat steers for dinner. I want to go eat pap and milk with my husband at home with my children. Type of a thing. So yeah, enough with this. I'll see if I can think about additional things and perhaps do a part 2 of this video. But with that said, thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up and share this video with someone that will benefit from it. Also, please click the subscribe button so that you can join our family, and I'll see you guys gladly on the next video. I'm sure I'm running late for work, so let me go because I'm in industry.